Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cropper here. To the question which has been raised, why contribute to my school, I did a two-part video response. And responding to that, Dirty Sock Troll says, if this is such a noble cause, why don't you get a job in a sandwich shop? So that's what I put to you, ladies and gentlemen. Would you rather I spent my evenings in a sandwich shop after spending 6 or 7 go on, we're doing a video, after spending 6 or 7 hours with kids teaching them? How do you feel? Do you feel Mr. Cropper should go to a sandwich shop so that he can pay a cell phone bill? Or do you feel that Mr. Cropper should then get a glass of wine and listen to something about Voltaire while he shoots his trebuchet at a wooden tower? Voltaire I've listened to for the last 6 or 8 days, actually, History of the Renaissance, Will Durant's Story of Philosophy. Here's a little tidbit that I'll give you about Voltaire. Fantastic. They said you have to confess your sins, and he said, oh, do tell. Where in the scriptures does it say I have to confess my sins? And they showed him. It says, thou shalt confess thy sins to one another. Well, Voltaire went and confessed his sins. Then he got out of the confession box and pulled the priest, that's not the right word, priest guy, and put him in the confession box. Voltaire took the seat of the confession hearer and said, you shall not stir from your seat until you have confessed your sins to me, because as the scriptures say, we shall confess to one another. Voltaire was chased around by princes and kings and invited here by a king and kicked out by him and stuff. Now, in this instance, I'm not going to teach that stuff to the kids next week. And you, ladies and gentlemen, pay me, if you send $5, you pay me to sit home for half an hour and listen to stuff about Voltaire. I'll teach them that next year. That might even erupt into a video sometime in the next few months, because it's fascinating, great stuff. But during the last week or so, you've gotten nothing from me in the way of philosophical videos. I'm fueling up, that's all I can say. I release a lot of videos and I wait a while. When I'm not doing videos, and after I do my videos, once I do the video, I edit the video, I post the video, or on the evenings when I'm not doing videos at all, the question, ladies and gentlemen, is what do you want me to be doing? Do you want me to be making tacos, thinking about how I would like to be an intellectual someday? Or do you want me to be listening to documentaries about Voltaire or the Story of Philosophy by Will Durant on CD? What do you want me to be doing? And you decide by sending me $5 or $10. Now, most times you choose what you want an intellectual to do by buying the magazine that he writes for, right? You support George Wills by buying Time or Newsweek or whatever he writes for, or you tune in and listen to him on the newscast. You know, I've got some rough news for you. The world's changing. You can actually support people who are not quite so mainstream now. You can actually find them and support them. Some people think that that's bizarre, and they think it's going to disappear because it's not normal, right? I believe it's going to become the normal. So here I am saying, ladies and gentlemen, should I withdraw from YouTube and publish more, or start publishing as such, or should I continue to put videos on YouTube as my hobby? What do you want me to spend 20 hours a week on? YouTube videos and learning and educating myself so I can give more information to the kids, which has all ended up either information that I've given to you, like the Greeks and stuff, is now being given to the kids, or information I'm going through now for the kids is going to be ending up in videos for you. You already have some of the stuff. Or do you think I should go make tacos? You know, that's your decision. Some people think, you know, if it's such a good thing for you to be doing this school, then get a second job in a taco shop to support your school. Wait a minute, I worked 2 jobs in taco shops for years, 2 jobs at a time, like 9 jobs altogether, to support my learning habit. And now, after all that time, I finally have the chance to put that to use. So, do you want me to spend my days in the classroom and my nights relaxing and listening to documentaries? You already know I'm a freak for that. You know I'm a freak. I'll probably waste my time some nights, and other nights I will listen to the story of philosophy for the 15th time. And I'll absorb something from it that most people don't absorb after the 3rd reading. Do you want to support me in that? Or do you think I should go make some tacos? This is really not that big of a deal. I'm actually living with my father while this school is being built. So whether you send $5 or not isn't the end of the universe. But I'm just saying, morally, is it really that ridiculous to say that someone would want to see a person be able to educate kids? Is it so ridiculous to think there's a viewer in the world who would want children in the world to be educated? I mean, it seems so obvious and apparent to me, it's hard to understand. By the way, this is why civilization advances. Because the people who are against it have no arguments. And the people who are against educating kids have no arguments. In America they have the power because they have state monopoly, but no arguments. So when a school comes that teaches kids something, nobody can say anything against it. Even the people who hate objectivists look at what's going on in the school and they have to say, well, you're teaching the kids, they're going to get a better education. But is it really a benefit to yourself to teach other people's kids? So, the objectivists are fated to win in the end, and as always it will be a long, torturous battle. A few will be burned at the stake, a few will be put under house arrest until they die. That all remains to be seen. But, as P-Y-H-R-R-O something, this guy who questions why people should contribute to my school, as his concerns indicate, he agrees with everything that I'm trying to do. He agrees with my outcome. He agrees with my results. But he just doesn't know about this or that or the other little principle he's hung up on. And all those little principles that are actually floating Platonic abstractions will dissipate in the presence of objective reality. So, do you support me sitting at home listening to things about Voltaire at night? Or do you think I should go get a job in a coffee shop? You don't have to send $5, but if you do, I'm less likely to get a job in a coffee shop. That's the only point of all this. It's not so much to get the $5. I would prefer if you send me 1,000. It's not to get the $5, it's to show that it's really ridiculous to say that we can't all be interested in education, you know. We can all be interested in education. It's good for everybody. That means it's selfish to want it. You know, this stupid, childish, adolescent idea that selfishness has to hurt someone, well, it's stupid, childish, and adolescent.